cammed up. She made her room called "Don't Trust Joe," and
I remember that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And she started, I forget it because again I was in a haze, but she was yelling at me. She's like, "Joe, do you love me? Do you love me, Joe?" On the camera, and we're watching him like listening on Shawnee's surround sound, looking into his big screen, and I'm just like, this is the last thing on my mind right now.
For
So
all those
Yeah.
hardcore Bish obsessive fans out there, because there are people who are just so obsessed with that woman, and you
yeah,
know she knows it. Do you think she's going to live to 30?
If she's
yeah,
lucky.
yeah,
That's rather sad, actually.
Because, I mean, a lot of people, you know, when they get on camera, obviously they create this whole new persona and all that shit. They want to totally be somebody, and it ain't like that with Bish.
right, right. She's self-aware. She at least knows what's going on.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
she's like that off cam. She's like that
Yeah.
off camera as well.
Yeah.
Here I'll show you some of the text message she sent.
Show him, hook him up to Toxic, man. I'm retarded on that computer stuff.
Okay.
Or put him in the Skype chat or whatever.
We were talking. Here we go.
I mean, with all that being said, with like what Ghost Dog said, Joe, do you have any opinion as to like what would actually help her or live past
Uh,
30 or
Maybe I have a couple, but I really don't. I don't feel qualified to talk about it at all.
Yeah.
You know. Um,
It is
I was
what it
just
is, but just people should know when you're dealing with Bish, she really is a person. And when you're calling the cops on her and shit like that, and you might think
yeah,
it's people on cam, you
yeah,
really are hurting her life, man. Stop that shit. Leave her
yeah.
the fuck
well,
alone.
it almost looked like from like a viewer's perspective on my end here that a lot of people were enabling her and
Oh
and
yeah,
including her family to the most part. It's almost like they had her set aside so they didn't have to deal with her.
yeah.
And I couldn't blame
It's
them. I mean, I really couldn't. I couldn't imagine her sitting at the table at Thanksgiving.
but yeah, nothing exists in a vacuum. So uh, I wonder what her family life was like, basically, for
Yeah.
her to be this
Well,
way at this
obviously
point.
she has some mental
Her mom
problems.
seems like one of the biggest emotional manipulators I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, but
But
we
she
don't
could.
want
Doing
to go.
something
We
she's
don't
like,
want to go too hard on Bishy Bish. You know what I mean? Just let the girl have peace. If you see her on camera, let her
right,
be.
right. She was talking
Enjoy
to her
what
mom.
she does, but definitely don't try to like fuck up her life. She's got enough problems.
Sure,
Personally, I don't even go to
totally
look
in agreement
for
with
her or anything like that. But then again, it comes down to I don't know if you were after everything was said and done and BTF went back to her house. Were you around to observe that and to watch what was going on, or did you even catch that at all?
Yeah, I did. I caught all of that because she was texting me every day and talking to me. Uh, she would lock herself in one of the rooms and she'd call me and she'd talk about how she can't stand him being here and that he just came here to fuck her and things like that and she knows it and she's being really gross. And she said, I mean, look at me. I'm trying to everything I can to be repulsive and he just won't stop. And then that's when I got like a whole new view of what she was doing because if you remember, she had like egg in her hair and she
Yeah,
was
I
like
didn't
pissing
see
on the
any of
floor
that
while he was
stuff.
there.
Yeah, I didn't
Yes,
see any of
yes.
that stuff.
Yeah, she
I mean,
took it
there
to
were there
the
was
next.
some wild shit going on there. I mean,
She was like
maybe she
throwing
was
up on him and shit. Like,
maybe maybe she
Yeah,
was in the oven texting you at some point.
yeah, yeah,
Bish was doing cake farts.
yeah,
Cake farts.
everything but no.
yeah.
Now that you're saying it like that, it kind of got a new perspective on it too. She was being really gross.
Yes,
Yeah. So wow. I don't know.
yeah, and that's why I'm telling her self awareness. She always knew. She'll pretend she's on drugs sometimes too. It's weird because if she's in a manic phase and she thinks she can write it off better as being a drug addict, and she's just really feeling something, she'll say, "Okay, fine, I'm on drugs. Watch this."
Yeah.
you know, whatever it takes.
I mean, she can drink
So
extreme amounts of booze. It's ridiculous how much she could drink
yeah,
for such a
hmm
little girl.
yep,
So Rachelicious is in the chat.